Are you ready to get growing?
See these little guys? These are tomato plants. So many people are passionate about growing their tomatoes. They're also a little bit competitive. Johanna, we have 3 different sizes of tomato plants here. What's going on?
Okay, we've got tomato plants that were seeded in early April. We have tomato plants that were seeded in March, and then tomato plants that were seeded in February.
So obviously there are different stages of growth. When we see this stage of growth here, what are we looking at?
Well, we've got young seedling plants that are ready to be transplanted here. When we seed them in the greenhouse in April, we want them ready for marketable sale. So this is something that any homeowner that might have a home garden would come and pick up and buy for their own garden. This is their first set of leaves. These are called cotyledons. And so this would be the first set of leaves that the seed would send up after the seed has germinated. So we know that they have germinated. And then the second set of leaves, these are now their adult leaves, so now it can start photosynthesizing.
So that's what we're looking for, is this little canopy basically at the top.
Yes, absolutely. So now once you've got this stage of growth and it looks pretty healthy, you can start taking care of this by adding some fertilizer, and you're going to monitor for more growth. You're going to see that here they're starting to get flower buds set on them. Now the flowers are really important because once the tomato plants start flowering, you know that pollination is going to need to happen for those tomato plants to start forming.
This was a bud, then it became a flower. A bee came, sat there, pollinated that flower, and now we have a fruit, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So then once it's pollinated, the flower will die back and then the fruit begins to form. So here is a very young little tomato with the dead flower still attached. Now as that tomato grows, the flower falls off and you've got a nice little fruit here that you can monitor for pests, make sure it looks clean and smooth. Now here's a little bit larger one and you can check the ends, and actually these look like they've got all their nutrients. Sometimes we get things like blossom end rot that happens if there's a calcium deficiency, but these tomatoes look like they're pretty healthy.
How many more weeks before we can actually eat that tomato?
Actually, that's not going to take too much. I would say 1 to 2 more weeks on that tomato and you're going to have almost a ripe fruit.
All right, let's go get some bacon ready and we can have BLTs.
Okay.
How about that?
1, 2, 3, get growing.